Fiat cheese bags, welcome back. Well, you can't say you haven't been warned. I told you guys I was going to do a few things to the Fiat, and the first item showed up today. So I was on eBay a couple days ago looking at exhaust for this thing, and I happened to find this bad boy. I don't remember where I got it from. We'll get it opened up and I'll let you know. But it was the cheapest exhaust I could find. I got a open box scratch and dent sale, and by looking at the box, it is pretty beat up. So I'm kind of curious to see what this looks like. But it was, I think it was under $270 shipped to my door. And I literally just ordered it a couple days ago. I think it took 3 days to get here. So yeah, I'm gonna get the box opened up, see how bad it is, and get this car lifted up in the air. I honestly have not even looked under it yet. I have not been under it. I haven't changed the oil in it or anything yet. But we'll get it up, get the old exhaust off, and get this one put on. My only concern is, well, two concerns actually, being how cheap it is. I hope it's not super loud. I obviously want it to be a little bit louder, but I hope it's not like annoyingly loud. And I hope it doesn't have a bunch of drone. So since it was cheap, it'll probably have both, I suppose. But let me get this box open and see what it looks like. Hang tight. So I just recorded unboxing this, and apparently it wasn't recording. This YouTube thing is gonna kill me. So anyways, there was a couple of foam blocks in there. They weren't doing anything. Then on top of the muffler, there was the head pipe and the mid pipe. That's all wrapped up pretty good in bubble wrap, so I would think that would be fine. And then in the box here is the muffler that goes in the very back. And this is a quad tip setup, so there's two tips on each side, and those are the only thing I was really worried about being beat up, but they actually look like they're in pretty good shape. This one does have a scratch in it, but there's like, I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's weld spatter stuck to it. This one has a little dent in it, maybe a couple dents, but it was 270 bucks, and I'm not building a show car. I mean, I literally just want it for the sound mainly. I mean, the quad tips will definitely look better than the factory ones. They're kind of corroded and not very great looking anymore.
Wow, that looks like a pile of defrosted snow with bear shit sprinkled all over it.
One thing worth mentioning, the 124 Spider comes in 3 different trim levels. It comes in, like, the base is called Classico, and then there's like a mid-level Lusso, and that's what I have. I don't even know what that all entails. I think the bigger infotainment screen, fog lights maybe, and a couple other small things. And then they have the Abreth, I don't know how to say it, you know what I'm talking about. They have that one, which is the performance model, and this exhaust is specific for that one. So that one comes with different exhaust from the factory. I believe it has quad tips and a larger cutout in the bumper cover. So they say this will not fit the Classico or the Lusso without doing some trimming on the bumper, which obviously I'm fine with, to get those tips to fit. I don't think it's, I mean, there is a pretty good size cutout for it already, but apparently it's just not quite big enough. So I'm going to figure out how to get this thing lifted up in the air. Before I do that, I will get a sound clip with the factory exhaust, and then I will get that pulled off and see if we can get this one pieced together and put on. But open box doesn't look too bad. Everything looks like everything's here. Just 2 clamps, 2 joints. Ooh, I do not have a gasket for where it goes on to the downpipe. Hopefully that one is reusable. We'll find that out, I guess. But yeah, other than that, it looks pretty good. I will get this all the way out of here and unwrapped and check it out a little closer and get a sound clip. All right, so there it is in all of its glory. Like I said, there is, I don't know if you can see that, a little ding on that tip. And the other one for sure has a scratch on it. I don't even know how much of that will be visible. There's a little ding there on that outer one, but not too concerned. I'll show you what so that's the, oh, it's dark over here. Oh, I'm definitely gonna have to do some trimming. I'm probably gonna have to trim it all the way out here the way it looks. But again, I'm fine with that. But that's the factory exhaust. I'll get you set up here and do a little sound clip. Please ignore the dirty car. Hold on one second. So yeah, pretty mild-mannered, pretty quiet. I don't know, like I said, I've never even looked under the car. I don't know what's under there for sure. But this, obviously doesn't have a resonator. All it has is that rear muffler, and I don't know if it's a pass-through muffler, if it's chambered. I don't know anything about it, other than it was cheap. So I'm gonna get this thing up in the air somehow. We'll figure that out and get this exhaust off. All right, well, I got the front up on my handy dandy wooden ramps. Got the back up on jack stands. So that's kind of what I got going on. Obviously don't have a lift or any of that fun stuff. But let's take a look under this thing.
Look at this. Somebody come look at this.
Like I said, I have not even looked under here, but I was afraid this was gonna be all one piece exhaust, but it does look like there's a joint right here. It does look like there's a resonator there, but everything looks really, like the rear diff on this thing is spotless. It's got cutest little axles I've ever seen.
And you are so cute.
But there's no rust under here or anything. There's that one hanger that goes back there, but there's where it'll connect. Looks like there's maybe some kind of a donut in there. I'm probably gonna have to pull this X brace down the way it looks. But other than that, it looks like it's fairly easy to get at. And I'm really happy with how clean it is under here. The transmission is spotless. There's no rust on this thing anywhere. Even the exhaust looks like it's new and rust free. Better double check that. That looks secure enough. That one looks secure enough. That bolt is on the other side, just like over there, so that won't slide out. I think I will try to get the muffler unbolted, get that popped out, and then I will get that brace off of there and get that mid section dropped down. And then I think when I put the new muffler on, I will start at the back. I'll get the new exhaust on rather. I will start at the back. I'll get the muffler up there first. That way I can get this bumper cover trimmed out however large I want. Make sure I got that positioned where I want it so it looks good. And then I will piece together that mid pipe. Let me get some tools. Looks like 13 to me. All right, so I lied. Those are definitely 14 millimeter. You gotta loosen them. Don't tighten them. They're already tight enough. Ugh.
Tight, yeah!
You look so pretty when you tell me that you love me. I wish that I could lie, but my mind gets in the way. I know you think that I'm always way too self-aware.
I'm definitely gonna save all this exhaust stuff just because this car is in such good shape. And if I ever do sell it and somebody wants to put it back to original or whatever, I'll hold on to it. I'm almost kind of rethinking my decision about cutting this bumper cover up. We'll get the new muffler up in there and see how much clearance it needs. Hopefully I don't have to cut it a whole lot, but we'll cross that road when we get there. And I lied, I said I was gonna lube these up with WD-40. I don't have any WD-40, so I used PB Blaster instead. Should, in theory, do the same thing, right? Oh, these are always such a pain in the ass to get off. Oh, there we go. Well, that one wasn't too bad. I'll get that spun up out of the way. And, oh, there it goes. Come on. All right, now, I was able to get those bolts slipped out of that mid pipe. I'll just let this down. All right, I only got one left. Let me get this spun out of the way. I don't know if you guys, hopefully you guys can see that. I just don't want to drop this on my head, on my face. If you could not tell by the loud bang, I got it out. So, onto the mid pipe. Well, the exhaust was not 13 millimeter, but I think this cross brace, the cross brace is not 13 millimeter either. That must be 12. Yep, definitely 12. Fiat, not a fan of 13 millimeter. I really need to get some power tools. Alright, cross brace out of the way. Alright, so there's the resonator. I already got that hanger juiced up. We will see if we can get these front bolts loose. Hopefully they're 14 as well. Let me get you spun around here. Alright, hopefully you guys can see that. If you can't, my apologies. Alright, so we want to loosen these two. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, there it goes. One down. Oh, there we go. Well, that's not how I was expecting that to come apart, but that'll work. Wonder if this is doing the same thing over here. It does appear so. All right. And there is a donut on there, so that's good. And once I pop it out of the hanger, we should be good to go. All right, old exhaust off. All right, so a little comparison. There's the old system, the old muffler with the single on each side, dual tips, I suppose. And then there's the mid pipe, then the factory muffler. And again, this is what we're putting in. Yeah, I don't know. This one looks shinier at least, so that's cool. I'm gonna try to get that muffler stuck up in there and see how those tips fit in the bumper. I'll be right back. All right, well, it definitely looks like there's gonna be a fair amount of trimming. I don't really wanna stick this all the way in here, but I think I'm going to have to see how much I need to trim. Boy, them are some Some beefy boys. Well, all right. I think I might just come
I came along.
over like this. It doesn't look like it's going to take, well, actually by the time that gets all the way up in there, it's going to have to be quite a bit wider at the top. The bottom is almost as wide as I need. I'm going to pull this back down, measure how wide these tips are, and then just make sure it's that wide all the way till up there, I suppose. I'm going to do that. I'm not going to bore you with that. I'll just show you what it looks like when it's done, hopefully. All right, so this is what I came up with. I wanted to keep this nice factory rolled edge. So I basically just came in here and followed that edge. I stayed, you know, like ½ inch or ¼ inch away from it, and trimmed all that out. I got the passenger side done already. Here, let me get some light. That's what it looks like. I got it cleaned up, but I wanted to leave that, you know, rolled edge. I probably went up higher than I needed to. Hopefully not. I'm gonna do the other one the same way. We'll see what it looks like. When I was done cutting it, the hole definitely looks way bigger than I was expecting, but like I said, I just mainly wanted to keep that factory rolled edge. I just stayed a little bit away from there. All right, so those tips are 8 inches wide. Oh wow. Yeah, we should have plenty. As you can see, like there at the top, it's 8 inches. Oh, maybe that'll work out pretty good. Down at the bottom, it's probably 10 inches wide. Oh, that'll give us 1 inch on each side. I probably wouldn't have needed to go that wide. But like I said, this is what I cut out. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side and see what it looks like. All right, well, if you can see that, got the driver's side notched out. Same as the passenger side. I'm gonna get that muffler stuck back up in there and see what that looks like. Initial thought is it doesn't look too terribly bad. I probably was a little aggressive with the cutting. I probably didn't need to go that high. I probably could have left that lip on the top. But
Oh, this? That's my credo. No regrets.
the gap around it is pretty even. Once I get that, I don't have any of the exhausts hooked up yet. So once I get that hooked up, I might move it a little bit, but you know, when you're looking at this thing, you know, when it's sitting on the ground, I think that'll look pretty good, actually. So let me get that mid pipe installed and go from there. All right, so I think we're gonna put this clamp on like this. That way I can get at that nut and not have that hanging down. I think actually I'll probably clock it about like that, I think. In this back section, in this back section of the mid pipe, I'm gonna get that slid in there really easy. I probably needed to put that in there first. Boy, there's not much for clearance on this thing. So it's hitting on the, let me get you over here to show you. It's hitting on this corner right here, but I have to have it over that far in order for it, maybe I can scoot it out of there a little bit. I think I'm gonna put that front piece on and see what that looks like and go from there. Let's see, I think I'm gonna do same thing on this guy, put that on like that. Try to get all the floor dry knocked out of there. Just gonna get these started in here, just to hold it in place basically, and then see what the rest of this looks like.
Pretty when you tell me that you love.
So that actually helped pull this away from that. There, you can probably see that better. I think I am going to round that corner off just a little bit. Looks like that's the only spot that's hitting. That's just like a frame, a subframe piece. But I want, I'm gonna leave that clamp the way it is. I'm gonna pull this all back down. I'm gonna flip that clamp around, and I'm going to clearance that just a little bit. And then I think we'll be pretty good. The rest of it fits up there really good, actually. I was worried it was going to be too close to that brace, but that's good. It goes around the tranny pan nice. Fits up to that downpipe nice.
It feels really good. It feels so good.
So yeah, I think the only thing I need to do is flip that clamp and clearance that a little bit. All right, I'm gonna give you guys a little break from this boringness, pull this back apart, and clean up those things, and I'll be right back.
Nothing else I need to do but dance. All these bad times I'm going through, just dance. Got candy in my ears tonight, baby.
Before I get that cross brace put on, that's what the back looks like. I wish I would have maybe left a little bit more on the outside. The rest of the way around there actually looks pretty good. But again, looking down at it, it's pretty low car. Nobody's gonna be looking directly at it, but I think that's good enough. Both sides look pretty good. Passenger side there, same gap on the inside, same on the outside. And there's the muffler. This, I did grind that off, but it's definitely a little bit closer than I wished it would. But if you wiggle it around, it doesn't hit. We'll let it ride and see if it does. I might have to pull that back off and do a little bit more trimming. But the rest of it looks pretty good. No clearance issues anywhere. This factory spot where that goes in there fits in there good. All right, so still up on the jack stands. I just fired it up. It's definitely not crazy loud. I'll give it a little gas, see what it sounds like. Curious to take it out and drive it and see if it drones really bad, but let's check clearance on that now that it's running. Man, it's close, but I didn't hear it hitting when I was revving on it. Definitely like the sound of it. I think it sounds pretty good. Looks good, in my humble opinion. Well, for 270 bucks on eBay, I'm not gonna complain. I think it sounds pretty good. I think they look pretty good. There are a couple dings here and there, but like I said, I don't really care a whole lot. It's gonna be a daily driver, or is a daily driver. I just wanted it to have a little bit more sound. And yeah, for the price, I'm not gonna complain. I'm gonna get this thing pulled off the jack stands and go drive it. But that does it for this video of putting El Cheapo exhaust on the Fiat. And until next time, you know what they say.
Thanks for watching the video.
Make sure you follow, like, and subscribe.
Make sure you follow, like, and subscribe to my dad's channel.
Here we go.
Money, money, making crap for money, money, and